dance and time slows down. In my world of yarn I never drown. Loop by loop.
Hello, welcome to my channel, the Fiverr Diaries. In today's video, we're making the Harvest Beanie. I don't usually crochet beanies. Honestly, I hate how bulky and stiff they look, but this time I decided to take a chance, so let's get started. Alright, for this project, I'm going to use 4 colors. They're all from Burgundy. You can find them at Hobby Lobby. And this one is on the color Ivory. And then I'm going to use the color Olive, Burgundy, and the color Tobacco. Okay. You can obviously make your project with one color or the colors that you choose. And then I am going to use my 5mm crochet hook. All right, so let's get started. All right, I am going to start with the ivory color, and that's gonna be the color of my brim. The fun of this project is that you can switch colors as you want. You can do the brim like I'm going to with this one, or you can start with the burgundy or whatever color you're choosing. Okay, so we're gonna start with the brim. Let's get my all right, and to start with, we're gonna start with chain 9. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. If you want your brim to be thicker, just chain more than 9. So I am gonna do 9 in here. Okay. And then to start row 1, we're going to single crochet on the second chain from the hook. So there's my hook, 1 and 2. So we single crochet there. Okay. And then we're gonna repeat the same thing all the way until the beginning. So there's 1 single crochet, and we just keep doing the same until we get to the end. All right, so I did single crochets, and we should have 8 stitches. Okay, to start row 2, we're going to chain 1. We're gonna turn our work, and we're going to single crochet on the back loops only. So if you turn your work, okay, if you turn your work, you're gonna see these 2 loops. So this is the front loop and this is the back loop. So we're gonna single crochet on the back loop only. So we grab the back loop and we single crochet, and we do that all the way until the end. And again, we should end up with 8 stitches. All right, so I just got there to the end. We're gonna repeat the same thing until we get to our desired length. As you're making rows, just like try it on your head and stop when you feel that it ties around your head comfortably. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back and tell you how many rows I made. But again, we're basically gonna do the same thing. We're gonna chain one, turn a work, and then we're just gonna single crochet on back loops only, and we're gonna repeat that until we get our desired length. Okay, I stopped for a minute to show you how is it looking right now. This is 10 rows, and this is what it does when we single crochet only on the back loops. Yep. Okay, I stopped at 65 rows, and that measures that measures 19.5 inches. I did stopped like an inch before the whole band like wrapped around all my head, because let's not forget that crochet stretches over time, and I don't want it to get like too loose after a couple wears. So I did stop. It was probably an inch until I like wrapped around all my head. Anyway, okay, so this is what we have. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna form a loop like so, and then I'm gonna match the two sides like so. Okay, and then we're gonna sew so we can close that out. So I'm gonna insert my hook. Be careful that your brim is not twisted. Okay, I insert my hook, I grab my yarn, and then I go to the other side and insert my hook on the first stitch, and I'm gonna hide this tail as I go. So I'm gonna grab this and slip stitch, and that's what we're gonna do all the way around. I'm just gonna go through every stitch, match on the other side, and slip stitch, and we're gonna repeat that all the way until we get to the first to the end of here. Okay, I'm here to the end, and then I grab the last and I slip stitch. Okay, and that's our closure. And this one that we have here, we can just hide it later. And this one is up to you. I don't think it looks bad. It actually looks just like one of these ribs right here, but you can keep going like that, or you can just twist it on the other side. It's up to you. Okay, now to start forming the to start shaping the hat. Okay, now that we did that, I'm going to chain 2. Okay, and then I'm just going to make a single crochet all around, and since we don't have actual stitches to go by, I'm just gonna like space it out as I think and just start making and just start making double crochets along the brim. All right, so I finished here the first the round with the double crochet. So now I'm going to slip stitch on top of the first double crochet I did, and I am gonna change colors now. Okay, so I'm gonna insert my hook right here where I did the slip stitch so I can hide my tail. I'm gonna grab that new color, pass it through, and I'm going to chain 3. So there's 1, 2, and 3. This chain 3 counts as a first double crochet, and then we're gonna double crochet 2 more on the same space. Okay, 1 and 2. So those are first little shell or granny square to form that granny square. Okay, and then after we make our first set of 3, I'm gonna skip 2 stitches, and then on the third one I'm going to do another set of 3. Okay, and then I skip 2, and then on the third one another set of 3, and that's what we're gonna do all the way around with the first color. Okay, skip 2, and on the third one a new set of 3. Right, so we're gonna do that all the way around. I'm gonna do mine, and then I'll be right back. All right, I just finished the round with the tobacco color. Now I am going to slip stitch on top of the chain 3 that we did at the beginning. Right, and then we can cut the yarn. Right. Okay, so now the new color, I'm gonna do the burgundy. Okay, and I'm gonna insert my hook on the first space that I see there. And I'm going to chain 3, and again this counts as the first double crochet. So then I'm gonna make 2 double crochets on the same space. Okay, and then I'm gonna skip the first set and go to the next space, and we make another set of 3. Okay, and then we skip the next set and we go to the next space, and we make another set of 3. And we repeat and we repeat until we get to the end. All right, I just finished the round with the burgundy color. So now I'm just going to slip stitch on top of the chain 3 that I made at the beginning. I'm gonna cut the yarn. Okay, now we can do the third one with the olive color, and we're just basically gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna repeat the same. Okay, so I'm going to insert my hook on the first space right here. Get the yarn. Oop. And chain 3 and 2 double crochets on the same space. Okay, and we're just gonna repeat the same thing. Okay, and I'm just gonna repeat the same thing until I get to the end of the round, just like we did with the first 2 colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this round with the olive color, and then I'll be right back. All right, I just finished the round with the olive. Just gonna finish it up with the slip stitch on top of the third chain, and just the same thing, cut, finish it off. All right, so that was the olive. Now I am gonna go back to the ivory, and I'm just gonna do the exact same thing what we did with these 3, and I'm gonna repeat the same thing. I'm gonna do ivory and then tobacco again, and then burgundy, and then olive until I have 8 rounds. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. All right, so when I did the 8 rounds, I decided at last minute that I wanted to make this into a slouchy hat instead of what I was gonna do originally. Yeah, so instead of 8 rounds, I did 12. If you don't want it to be slouchy, just make 10 rounds. And me changing my mind at last minute means we don't have to worry about decreasing, which is a yay for me. Anyway, so like I said, I finished 12. I'm gonna leave a long tail. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna get my tapestry needle, and I'm going to pass it through. Oh, before that, I need to do my knot. I almost forgot. Right, and then now I can pass the thread through my needle. And now, like I said, we're not gonna do any decreasing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass the needle all through this so it shrinks like this. Just like we do with the knitting, machine when we close the beanies. That's exactly what I'm doing here. All right, so I'm just gonna go maybe through every 2 stitches like so, and I'm just gonna do that all over. All right, after I pass it through all of them, I'm gonna remove my tapestry needle and just pull. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna add my tapestry needle again, and then as I'm pulling, I'm just gonna pass the needle like so, so I can close the hole a little bit. We are gonna add a pom-pom, so I am gonna leave some space, some thread for that as well. Okay, so this is what we have without the actual pom-pom. This is what we have right now. Now for the pom-pom. Okay, this is the pom-pom that I got at Hobby Lobby as well. I was gonna tie this with the thread that we have here, but this is too big. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna close this out. Gonna make a knot. Gonna make a knot. And then from inside, I'm gonna insert my hook. Gonna grab this. And I'm just gonna cut the thread. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I have this like holders that I got on Amazon a couple years ago for the pom-poms. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna insert my hook again to the center of here. Okay, I'm gonna grab the elastic of the pom-pom and pass it through. If it goes through. Okay. Okay. And then as the elastic is there, I'm going to place the holder like so, and I'm just gonna wrap it around to this little, there you go. If this doesn't work, I might just change the pom-pom. So just for the video purpose, we have a pom-pom in there. And this is what the pom-pom looks. A little hack that you can do with the pom-poms is with your hair dryer, and it will fluff up like a lot more. Okay, but this is it. This is the end of the video. We can go ahead and hide this little tail right here. Okay, and this is the hat. I will insert a picture of me wearing it for better view. But yeah, this is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. I hope it was easy to follow. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And I see you on the next one. Bye.
Stories and joy it brings. Every stitch is a secret hug, wrapped in color, warm and snow. By loop, I stitch my song. In this world of yarn, I feel strong. Crochet's more than hooks and thread. It's how